Hey, what's up, guys? Timeline here from the DC Universe and CW Discord. I've got some theory predictions for episode 13 and the rest of the season. There are going to be spoilers, so just be aware of that. But I'm not going to make you guys sit here for 10 minutes and just listen to random nonsense. So we'll just get right into it. First prediction of the day is I think, if you guys watched last night's episode, I think Eddie, well, at least the manifestation of Eddie, is going to turn out to be the negative still force, right? Because it makes sense because you can see that, he was talking to Iris and he's like, you're going to die soon, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then in the promo for episode 13, you could see that Barry is talking to Nora. And obviously this isn't Speed Force Nora that we know of because it's obviously wasn't her. If you saw the promo, you should know that. And so I think that Eddie, a.k.a. the negative still force, is going to appear differently to different members of the team. And I think each member of the team is going to have to individually try to take down or work through whatever weird stuff the still force does, or I should say the negative still force. But in addition to that, I think what's going to happen is that each member of Team Flash is going to, at the same time or individually, get pulled into a alternate timeline. Now, if you guys check out Canada Graphs and the behind-the-scenes photos, you would have seen that Godspeed and Zoom are in a headline on a newspaper saying that they're destroying the city or whatever. This could be an indication that Barry is going to be pulled into an alternate timeline where Zoom wasn't killed and Godspeed's not in prison or he didn't beat him or whatever. And so Barry might have to fight his way out of that. Who knows? There's not a lot of info, and the behind-the-scenes photos don't really tell you much, but we do know that it's definitely not going to be a major arc for the rest of the season. Otherwise, there would have been set photos and all kinds of stuff going on. But moving on, anyways, there's also the possibility of the Forever Force coming. And that may come as a surprise to most of you. But when you think about it, if you saw the behind-the-scenes photos, you would see that THAWNE got a new suit towards the end of the season, right? And it's totally different than his normal suit. It's not the black and yellow. It's all black. It almost kind of looks like Ezra Miller's suit from the DCEU movies. Not exactly, but like with the sturdiness and the same material. But it's different. It's black, and it's got some red accents. It's got gold accents for like the little lightning bolts throughout the suit, stuff like that. But yeah, on the behind-the-scenes photos, there's one photo in particular that I was looking at where it's THAWNE, or I should say Tom Cavanaugh, and he's up in the air being held by something, right? And so that could be, honestly, in my opinion, I think that's him losing the Forever Force. And when you think about it, think back to Season 7 with the creation of the Forces. They all went up, straight up into the air, and then they branched off and were created. It could be a similar concept, but a reverse, where he's losing the powers, and because he's screaming up at the sky, there's something coming from the sky that's hurting him. We know that for a fact from the scene photos, right? If you read the descriptions that Canada Graphs put for the scenes, it says, I'm just going to summarize this. It says, the two are having an altercation in a parking lot, and then Barry seems to get frozen like he's in flash time. And then you see THAWNE walking around him acting all arrogant, and then a police car comes zipping in, which wasn't frozen for whatever reason, but THAWNE blows it up. So right there, the fact that Barry is possibly frozen or in flash time or whatever, the last time we saw that was with Dion when he made his appearance, and he just snapped his fingers like he does, and he froze Barry, and Barry couldn't do anything about it. So I think that could be an indication of THAWNE possibly being able to control the Still Force. I mean, he would have to get exponentially faster just to beat Barry. But I don't think they're going to go that route because they've done that like 100 times already. But moving on again with the same topic here, it says THAWNE blows the police car up. Okay, he could do that by lightning. He could do that by whatever. However, it could be a sign of the strength of Sage Force. I mean, the Sage Force can make constructs that could lift people up or potentially even cars, I guess, be able to blow it up like that. And while it says also while he blows the car up, Barry is still frozen in a defensive pose. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this was going to keep it short, and these definitely, I mean, this might not happen, it might happen, I don't know. This is just my predictions. Maybe you guys will agree. But in closing, getting the Forever Force would be a 100% amazing way to end the season on a cliffhanger. And it would be the one true way that I can think of right now THAWNE could one up Barry. Because honestly, I don't think THAWNE is just out for speed. I mean, right now he's in Argus. We don't know how he's going to get his speed back or whatever. I think the negative still force is going to help him out, get him out of Argus, and I think he's going to discover that the negative still force exists, and now he knows the other forces are going to exist. So I think maybe a forever force or a negative forever force even is very possible. And that would be the one true way to disrupt Barry's life, to say it lightly, and finally get the jump on him. But hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to this. This is the first ever theory prediction I've done. It's not perfect. But either way, have a great day, and I can't wait to see what happens with Deathstorm and everything going on right now.